Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on what part of the world you are at and depending on what time of the day you are listening to this recording. You're welcome to the LinkedIn Accelerated Mastery Program, which is a 10-day growth challenge program and not just for growth challenge, it's also maybe like a learning program, right? Where we'd all be learning on how to leverage LinkedIn to achieve our 2025 goals. So every day, what you expect will be some learning, some activity, and then we'll have a live Q&A session. But yeah, so about me, my name is Oluwaseyi Kehinde-Peters, and I am different things to different people. A lot of people call me SKP, so please feel free to call me. My name itself is too long, right? So feel free to call me SKP. And I am a social entrepreneur. I'm an innovation strategist, consultant, speaker, and author. And this is reflected in different expressions of me. And so you'll find that different people I am different things to different people. For some people, I am the founder and executive director of the Pan African Women Empowerment Network, which is an organization set to empower African women globally with the competence, confidence, and connections in it to lead and succeed. For some people, I am the founder and executive director of Take Up Africa, which is an organization set to empower young Africans to start a career in tech or start a tech enabled business. And we give scholarships and mentorships to young Africans every year. In the past 2 years, we've done 1,000 young Africans every year. This year, we're scaling that impact, courtesy of our partners, to 2,500 young Africans this year. To some people, I'm an innovation strategist in my role as subject matter expert at the University of Cambridge's Innovation and Entrepreneurship Program. And my role on this program is to guide and support global C-suite leaders as they implement innovation initiatives in the organization. And so you have CXOs from different organizations globally, different countries, different large corporations globally. And my role is to just help them first understand how to deploy this innovation initiatives, but more importantly, how to commercialize these, whether as a standoff organization or entity or as a part of the main organization. So I do a lot of consulting on this. Um, yeah, I also consult on different things, consult on entrepreneurship, gender. I've spent 5 years working with women across Africa, empowering women. So I think I know a thing or two about this. I also consult on strategy. In my former life, I used to be a strategist, leading a group of companies on I was a lead head of strategy for a group of companies, helping each company to lead and succeed in their individual industry. So yeah, Texas to some people, friend to some people, daughter to some, wife to some, mother to some three young children. But at the core of everything that I do, in whatever way you experienced me or you will experience me, I have just one mission, right? And so everything I do ties to this mission, which is to directly impact 1 million people in my lifetime, equipping them with the competence, confidence, and connections they need to lead and succeed. And so, in whatever expression of me you find, at the core of what I'm doing or what I will be doing will be this. I have just one mission. All right, so that's it about me. Maybe not so much. I thought to share a bit about, some of the things that I've achieved, that I've been able to leverage LinkedIn to achieve, right? I've made the assumption that one, you have goals that you want to achieve in 2025, and perhaps Part of those goals would involve thought leadership, would involve global dominance, would involve transition to jobs for some people, would involve just showcasing the awesomeness of whom God has made you to be. And that's fine. From the registrations, a lot of the aspirations centered around these three things. And I thought it would be useful to share some of the things that I've achieved. And these are just some of the things, right? One of my major goals in 2024 was to go global, right? I was tired of playing regional champion. So I really wanted to go global. And I went global in three domains, right? One, global fellowships. I'm a social entrepreneur. Um, I solve social problems, right? Leveraging technology. And so I was deliberate about global fellowships. I really wanted to be part of global fellowships. And I was part of a few. I've named three here. Three are focused on the fellowships that have big names so that you can at least even relate with it. There's some that really don't have those big names. You may not be able to relate with it, but I've focused on the ones with the big names. And, first is the Bank of America, BOA/Cornell University Women in Leadership Program. Second would be the Vital Voices in collaboration with Estee Lauder Global Visionaries Program, where they selected, I think, about 50 women across the world who are doing inspiring and innovative things in shaping the world in which we live. And yes, yours truly was one of the 50 selected. And yeah, in Q4, I was also one of the 15 people, yes, I think 15 people who were selected for the winter cohort of the NASDAQ Milestone Makers Program. We all know NASDAQ, right? I mean, it's especially for those who are heavily involved in stock markets, you know NASDAQ. Yeah, and secondly was global recognitions and being a finalist at the Black Tech Awards, Tech for Social Goods Awards in the UK was a big deal for me. Also being invited by the ILO to be part of the select people who was going to draft a multi-year strategy for women entrepreneurship development in Nigeria was also a humbling achievement. Also, to be invited by the GIZ to design and lead a Women in Agriculture leadership training was also something quite phenomenal. And the good thing about all of these recognitions is the fact that they literally landed on my lap. I didn't apply for any one of them, I didn't hustle. I was just sitting down doing what I do. And then I got the email, would you like to, would be interested in. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I got to speak at the African Tech Festival, which is the largest gathering of the tech industry in Africa, right? Different countries were there represented in terms of governments, not just governments, sent representations. Any global organization that had anything significant in tech in Africa was there. All the big names were there, with over 15,000 delegates from different parts of the world. And so it was such a great honor to be invited to speak at this event and not just taking one session, but I facilitated two sessions. Right. And that would be global reach, right? For Paywen and for Take Up Africa, the demand for our services, the demand for our programs have expanded beyond the reach of Africa. And so we have interest from countries like Japan, from Canada, different countries across the world, particularly from Asia, right? Especially for Tech Up Africa, particularly for Asia, we've seen some significant interest from there. And yes, we also got our first international funding for Paywen, just based off what we do. And as the founder of PON, a lot of it is also leveraged on is also courtesy of my personal brand and how I show up. Right now, I've talked about, if you've not watched the program, the webinar that I shared, please go and watch it, because a lot of information about why you need to be on LinkedIn, the power of LinkedIn, all the basics have been covered in that webinar, and I don't want to go over that again. So please just go and watch it, right? I know it's 90 minutes and it's long, but you really need it to be able to maximize this program. So, what is LAMP 2025? And this is me dedicating 10 days in this year to help you unlock the full potential of LinkedIn. I want to help you to transform your profile, your presence, and your strategy into a powerful tool that will help you achieve your 2025 goals. Now, what are the three key things you need to know? First is the fact that it's 10 days and it's on demand, right? So at a particular time every day, you will get an email and a message on WhatsApp, right? So a WhatsApp group has been created. Please go through your emails and join if you've not joined. But yes, the materials will be sent via email and via WhatsApp. It's on demand, but there will be daily Q&A sessions, because I realized that ideally, what I would have done was to do the Q&A sessions over WhatsApp. But with the number of people that we have joining, it may be impractical to have a Q&A on WhatsApp. Like, it may be just be too too much, right? So we'll have a live Q&A. So if you have any questions, just hop on the Q&A. A calendar invite will be sent for the Q&A, don't worry. For everyone whose email addresses I have, a calendar invite will be sent, and you can join if you have questions. And if you don't have questions, just ignore it. You don't need to bother, right? And yeah, you will also be required to dedicate time, because really, I can give you all the knowledge, I can tell you all the things you need to do, but if you do not do it, it doesn't achieve or yield any results for you. So, and that's what I'm talking about this last. The key thing is in you doing. Imagine if you're hungry, right? I can go and buy the ingredients that you need to cook. I can provide that for you. By the end of the day, you have to do the cooking. And unfortunately, in this case, you have to do the cooking yourself. Yes, some people outsource, delegate. As long as the person that you're outsourcing it does not have the experience, exposure, and knowledge that you have, then you're not doing yourself any good, right? They will not showcase your brand the way you can. I always advise, do this yourself, right? And all you really do not need much more than 60 minutes in a day, and to get the maximum. I mean, not maximum, to get a lot of benefit from it. I know some people do schedule time on their calendars for this, and so they block off some certain time of the day and say between this day and day, I'm on LinkedIn. Trust me, it's going to yield results. The more time you put in, the better and the more results you would achieve. But hey, I also don't want you to be sleeping on LinkedIn, right? So my advice is max 1 hour or 2 hours if you can afford it, but just focus on your goals, right? So there's no blanket answer with respect to how many hours you should spend, but at least do a minimum of 1 hour a day, and you'll definitely see the benefits. So that's it in terms of introduction, and in terms of what you need to know. Uh, and yeah, cheers to having the best year yet, right? And I'm here. I'm here. Don't forget, I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you achieve your goals. All right, then. So see you in the day one recording.